Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Let me end the music. Yeah.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to WSTX AM 970. You're listening to Reflections with Doug Canton and Gerard Evelyn. The numbers to call is 340-773-0390 or 340-773-0490. Good morning. It's another Thursday and welcome. Another Thursday. Good morning, St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, Water Island, Florida, Texas. Where else? Where else?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I had a specific part I wanted to hear up and I forget. But anyway, good morning, KJ. Good morning, Big Sis. I know you're listening. Good morning to my friend over there in North Carolina, Nadi J. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. Good morning to Ingrid over there in St. Thomas. Good morning to Mr. Johnson over there in St. Thomas. Hope all is well. Um, it's another Thursday. And of course, you know what I say. Somebody get paid today. Is a government paid today? So I know somebody get paid today. And you know what? Tomorrow's a holiday. So don't spend it all in one place tomorrow. So all you Friday worshippers, guess what? Newsflash, Thursday begin the weekend this week because tomorrow is a holiday. So you got a 3 day weekend. Doggy,
Yes, sir.
what you have for us today?
Well, good morning to our listening audience, viewing audience. We got a lot of stuff on the community calendar this morning. I wanted to uh, give a shout out to Senator Maurice James. Uh, she made the announcement that she is not running again, and she has to live her life and do what needs to be done. But I know that she brought the legislation to address the way in which the legislature places a burden on people who are running for office by requiring that they resign or take leave from their position. And the reality is that the situations where there could be conflict of interest or the Hatch Act or whatever, those things are provided for in a way that makes it very feasible that we can move away from this suppression, participation suppression, because that's exactly what it is. So I just given a shout out to her for that legislation. And we're gonna see whether the rest of them have the appropriate body parts to stand up and say, yes, this is the right thing to do. Okay.
Well,
Um,
they ain't gonna do that in the dog.
well, but I watching because the bottom line is gonna be on the record.
They
It's
ain't want
gonna
no
be on the record.
they ain't want no competition. That's what happened.
But that's always the case. I remember taking leave when I was running for office, and I tried to come on the legislature premises, and the then vice president of the legislature station out of St. Croix tried to ban me from coming on the premises. Okay,
Yeah.
you hear me? To do research. Not I ain't coming to lollygag and whatever. To do some research. Send the security to escort me off the grounds.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was a it
Yeah.
was a
Yeah. Rebel.
senator. It was a senator from another island who was the president who stood up and said that is wrong. He have a right like any other citizen to come here to do research. Okay? So I know firsthand that it's about keeping that advantage. Another prominent senator told me, and I hear the person's voice clearly. You were wrong. You should have resigned if you're going to run. That senator happened to be from St. Thomas, but it's old school.
But was it always like that?
Was it what now?
Was it always like that?
But this is the
Like,
point. This is what I'm saying to you. This is the way it's been.
oh, I thought
Okay.
there was somebody passed legislation to put it there.
However, it was done. What I'm saying to you is it was the practice. Don't ask me the legal basis because there was. Okay, it was required.
Mhm,
But what I'm saying is the mentality. That's what we got to deal with.
mhm.
And how legislation deals with that mentality. Okay?
Right.
I mean, you're studying history about having to tell how much jelly beans in a jar to be able to vote. You know, these tricks that people play, well, that's all it was, is that the power never gives up power. You got to force them to give it up. And let's see who's going to stand up. People talking about if you're going to run for office, you should be willing to sacrifice and all this other stuff. I mean, that's double talk that justifies what you're doing. Here you are as a senator, you getting the salary that, let's say, puts bread on your table, all the way up to election day. They're trying to claim that elections get so frantic in the last 30 days that you should at least take leave for the last 30 days. What if the person doesn't have leave to take? Okay? And the senators don't have to take leave, much less leave without pay. You see, it's just one of those things. So I give my shout out to the senator this morning for bringing that piece of legislation
Uh-huh.
and putting it square in front of people, because it's going to be on the record. Either you're for it or you're against it. It's going to be on the record. The bottom line, the bottom line is that the incumbents have always had the advantage in that context.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to take away anything from it. This is about equality. Now, in closing out on this subject, there's one thing I would like to see our legislature have the smarts and the body parts to do when it comes to elections. I believe that independents should be treated like a party in the context that if you have 21 independents running, I believe that they should have an election that narrows it down to 7. It's only 7 seats. Okay, I think that should happen, because this long list already, if you got 3 parties and independent, that's 28 people right there. If everyone put up a slate of 7, that's 28 people to go down the list and choose. No, it's not a big thing, because whether it's 28 or 50, you could still go down the line and choose. I'm just saying, for efficiency purposes, it would be without taking away anything from anybody, because either you got the support or you don't. But anyhow, that's
Well,
not as critical as this one here.
well,
Okay.
before I go in the booth, I don't know who I voting for. So.
Exactly. But the more you got to fit on the paper, then it's 2 sides. Next thing you know, you're gonna got 2-page ballot that you got 3 sides of. I mean, at some point in time, um, you know, something else have to prevail other than going down that road. But anyhow, again, shout out to the good senator for bringing forward that legislation, and I would have loved to have been there to testify on it and pull out the facts and bring the receipts, and if necessary, call names. But that's not the point. Because just because a person appears respectful doesn't mean that they are. I see the little shenanigans trying to weave and say why people who aren't in the legislature should have to suffer some kind of how
Right.
to run for the legislature. Anyhow, enough on that.
Well, before you close that out, I just want to say this. Remind the public that we are voting on paper ballots. I repeat, we are using paper ballots to vote. There's a rumor going around saying about how we voted on machines. We are using paper ballots to vote. When you done vote on your paper ballot, you stick it in the tabulator, and that's how you vote. The tabulator just counts the votes. Okay? People go around saying about how we voted on a machine. The only people that vote on a machine is people like myself who have to use, well, they don't call it the automark machine anymore, but it's like the automark machine where you stick your ballot in there and, it starts to talk to you to tell you, the different names and so on the ballot, and you can push to mark the ballot using the machine rather than have somebody read the ballot and mark it for you. That's the only machine we use. Okay? So don't let nobody fool you and guy you thinking like one idiot.
Right.
Paper ballot
Okay.
to using.
It's not only it's a paper ballot, but the fact of the matter is, if there's any question about the results, you could go, the Board of Elections can literally do a hand count.
Yeah, they can do a recount.
A recount through by, yeah. Okay. So anyhow, thanks for putting that to rest. Okay.
Yeah, by hand with the paper ballots, and the paper ballot got to match the number that's on the machine. If they don't match up together, then you know something wrong. It's called checks and balances. Okay? So don't let nobody fool you talk about they use a machine to vote. Okay? I'm tired of hearing this discussion now.
Okay, all right. You're tired. Don't fall asleep at the wheel now. All right.
No, I ain't falling asleep.
Bro,
I just have to put it out there because I've
Gerard,
enough.
Gerard, time. I know you ain't sleeping, especially when I was at Dakar and then people were coming flying down there trying to take us out. Okay, all right. But moving right along to get to the community calendar, because there's a whole lot going on, because of course it's a holiday weekend that always impacts things in terms of what's going on here on St. Croix in particular. Okay, I just want to say that every day that we wake up, Gerard, it's a new opportunity. It's a blessing, and there are many people on St. Croix alone who this morning are grieving or celebrating the life of someone who is no longer with us in that context. So love's in need of love every day, folks. Show your love today. Show your appreciation today. Nobody promised us tomorrow. At least I didn't get that promise. Gerard, you get that promise?
Well, I know tomorrow is promised to no one.
Oh, okay. All right. You didn't get the promise. See, I know better than to put you on the stand when we go to court, okay? You don't just you don't follow the attorney's direction and just answer the question that's asked. And just as on a humor side, is one of the things that I do sometimes is sit down and watch Judge Judy with my mom. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have some good laugh. Some good laugh. But anyhow.
Yeah, she's a stern judge for it.
Yeah, but the thing, you could see her frustration because it's like, I'm asking you a question. Will you just please answer the question? The guy all around the mulberry bush.
Yeah, her tone of voice is like, I could just leave the bench and come over there and choke
you. Yeah, so her restraint is very much respected in that regards, I'm sure. Okay, because I know sometimes it's like she's there like, wow, okay, and don't mess with nobody's dog or puppy, okay, because she loves her pets, okay. And that's not making fun of her. That's saying like you better come good.
So anybody gonna mess with Teddy, I gonna call Judge Judy.
Let me tell you, right? You hear the term baby mama drama, okay? Well, that's how it is with pets, okay? All these people who breaking up or getting divorced, and they fighting over the dog, okay? And when I say fighting over the dog, it ain't you know, there are times when somebody just outright owns a dog, but the dog has bonded with somebody else, and in that type of thing, and it's it's amazing how much people, when they get their feelings hot, want to keep the dog from the other person, you know. So it's like whether it's dogs or children, that problem seems to persist. Anyhow,
Yeah, and
let's
just saying this, sometimes the dog will feel it.
definitely,
Yeah, the dog will feel it the last too.
definitely. You know, there's it's documented, and I at least well enough for me. You know, when a pet is at that point where they're leaving you forever, being by their quote unquote bedside is no different than being with a person who is going through that phase. And every pet owner in that context, when that is happening, even to having to have the animal put down, as far as I'm concerned, should be there to hold that paw or stroke that mane or whatever the case may be. That's just my feeling about that. Anyhow, coming back to the announcements, I want to remind people that VI Waste Management is transitioning to standardized trash carts. Okay, you know, no more the galvanized trash can out there. They have the plastic thing on wheels and so forth and so on. And I will say that it always amazes me, human ingenuity, when I see these trucks come around up here and they have the thing that come down, grab the trash can, lift it up and dump it in, and put it back down and move right along. Okay, put it right down with the cover open, so you know that it's been collected. All right. Anyhow, so folks, let's move forward. It's less likely that you're gonna have a situation of dogs knocking down the trash can and putting stuff all over the street and yard. Let's. It's time for us to upgrade. Okay. All right. So moving right along here. Um, okay. So we've got quite a few things that have passed. Some of them I would love to to comment on, but I have to leave them alone. Okay. Now I want to say that the hospitals and human services, every now you see them advertise about folks that they need. In this case, human services was looking for a certified nursing assistant, a Head Start teacher, a residential counselor, social worker, and a residential senior counsel. That's here on St. Croix. So if any of those words and positions strike a nerve with you in terms of what you love to do and what you would like to undertake as part of your professional endeavors, work endeavors, definitely check with the folks at the Department of Human Services. All right. I also mentioned that the folks at Grapetree Bay had put out that they were hiring people for their hospitality team. And if you're interested in that, just call 340-249-0700. That's 340-249-0700. If you're down there by chance, you can stop by the front desk. The applications are usually kept at the front desk also. Okay. All right. Good thing. Caribbean Community Theater, The Face of Emmett Till, a play by Mamie Till Mobley and David Barr III, and it's being directed by Lionel Downer. And they have 6 dates. 6 dates meaning the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday matinee. All right. So that starts on the 7th, Friday the 7th, Saturday the 8th, and Sunday the 9th, and the following weekend, the 14th, 15th, and 16th, respective dates. All right. So the show starts at 8 o'clock, and usually the box office opens at 7. Folks, great entertainment. I always give the recommendation that you bang your belly before you come, because very often these plays will have so much laugh in it. By the time you come out, your belly aching because of all of the laughing that you did. And the macho guys out there who have a problem with something in the eye sometime, just walk with some tissue, man. Okay? All right? Okay. Cause yeah, it'll get like that. From one end to the other, it does get like that. All right. Now they have a whole. This is the season, and they have a whole string of plays coming up, and also the children's crew, the Calico Cat Company, are going to also have some shows coming up also. But right now, we're counting down to the face of Emmett Till. All right. So check it out. Now, you know where Caribbean Community Theater is? Well, if you don't, all I'm going to tell you is that it's up above what we'd call Pueblo Shopping Center. Yes, you come to that light, you keep to the left, heading up the hill, and you make the very first right you can make right there at the yellow board. Okay. Okay. I know some people don't remember yellow board or even born since that. So I believe it's Benton Construction Office. It's right there on the corner there where you make that right. And across the road is a Montessori school. So the road leading to the theater is between Benton and the Montessori school. You just follow that road. You can't miss it. You'll see all the cars. You'll see all the cars. Come early so you could get a good parking space. Okay, good thing. All right. Oh yeah, Gerard, I hear you were performing at the Calypso tent the other night. What was the song you were singing, man? Vitram Plus?
I was performing where?
The Calypso tent. I hear you were singing a song, Vitram Plus.
You hear that?
Plus what is another story, but don't take the high road. Don't go there. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. That was a good one, Gerard. I think that was a good one. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. That was a good one. All right. Okay. Good thing. Moving right along. A lot of things
You know,
that's
we have
been.
new driver.
Oh, fantastic! Now tell me you get 2 new drivers or 3 new drivers, and I'm even happier.
No,
And
we
then
got,
tell me you get 3 or 4 new vehicles, and
no, but
I
here's the
get.
joke. Here's the
Huh?
joke. It got more Jackie than they got Haas.
That's what I'm saying. Tell me you get some more buses, and I'm ecstatic. Okay. All right. Okay. And folks, you may not have to rely on Vitran Plus, but for the grace of the Creator, go any one of us. We feel comfortable where we at, and things could change just so fast. Okay. Um,
I looking to get see if I can find a class to teach me to drive while blind.
Okay. Okay. I had something to say about that, but I'm gonna leave that one alone too. But not about you, but just something to say. But anyhow, we had a Vitran Plus meeting that was scheduled for day before yesterday, and it was postponed indefinitely. I say indefinitely, they will have it, but things happen, and things happen even within the Vitran family, the Vitran Plus family, that humanity takes over. And I just want people to know that, hey, it wasn't because Gerard was bringing his lawyer with him that they get frightened and postpone it. Okay? All right. Good thing. So, I want to wish the person well, that everything works out and that they can find a way back to us so Gerard can be gentle with you. Okay? All right. Good thing. Don't want to deprive Gerard.
Yeah, because Mr. Nib sent me that thing,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he sent it in the mail the other day.
That,
I got one with Baboya and it. No.
oh, Lordy B, man. Oh, oh wow. Anyhow, moving right along, because I'm gonna come back around. I'm gonna come back around to Sudan. Okay, remember that Sudan. Don't let me forget that. Okay. Um, because
Oh,
we have to pay attention to what's going on in the world. But go ahead.
right. I sent you, I think it was a text or something on WhatsApp for the library for the blind.
Okay.
I didn't hear you mention it the last time.
No, I didn't mention it the last time, and I will look it up in a minute. Okay. I'll treat it special. You know, say the best for last kind of thing. Let me get these out the way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This lunchtime with the artist down at the fort in Frederickstead seemed to be taking off. This is the third one I'm seeing here. Artist Adrian Edwards in conversation with the community. All right. And that is the Tides of Freedom lunchtime with the artists down at the Frederickstead Fort. Just to tell you, there are interesting things going on at the Frederickstead Fort. It's just not a museum or static things to view. They have activities going on down there that definitely is worth your while to go and participate. All right. All right. So this one is for today from 1 to 2 p.m. And the artist that's going to be there is Adrian Edwards. I know him well. He got some very inspiring artwork that he's done. Okay, so folks, check it out. It's your museum, Fort Frederick Museum. Check it out. It's there for you. All right. Now, the Christiansted Restaurant and Retail Association is having a merchants meeting today, 6 p.m. at Government House. All right. And it letting all the merchants of downtown Christiansted that know that they're invited to this meeting at Government House. Come out and hear from the various departments and agencies about critical issues that are affecting all of us in Christiansted. All right. Now, I know it's the retail and restaurant, but folks, you live in Christiansted, you do business any other way in Christiansted, and you're interested in what these agencies have to say, you know, come on out. You got the Office of the Governor going to be there, the USVI Department of Tourism is going to be there, the VI Waste Management Authority is supposed to be there, VIPD, and more. So if you can make it, it is in your interest to be there. All right, good thing. Now, I'm going to say this, that participation very often depends on how early the word gets out. And I don't, the house ain't dead. And I'm not beating it. But early notice is the best kind of notice if you want for the best participation. Okay. DPNR is advertising that they have a 6-month position, an internship, and the applicant must be interested in pursuing a career in natural resources or STEM. Okay. Now, they have to be at least 18 years old, and it's a 35-hour-a-week job. And I won't say the salary. I let you be curious and go and find out. All right, but it's there, folks. And if you want more information about it, you can dial 340-718-3367 to inquire. That's 340-718-3367. And there's a name attached with it, Kelsey Troutman. Kelsey Troutman. So when you call that number, you can ask to be connected to Kelsey Troutman. And also by email, you can reach Kelsey Troutman. That's KELCIE dot TROUTMAN at dpnr.vi.gov. All right. So that internship position is there, folks. Check it out. It might be just for you. All right. Virgin Islands Department of Agriculture is letting you know that they're doing livestock tagging for free through March 31st. Okay? Livestock tagging for free through March 31st. Okay? So I hide in so nobody don't get confused and think that they're gonna take the significant other down to agriculture and get them tagged. Okay?
Get
So
them back in.
anyhow, moving right along. Do they ever have like to get when you get your pet chipped? Is that something you pay for all the time? Has there ever been a situation where they've done it as a community service?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I haven't heard that.
Okay, all right. Well, some of these pets you can't just tag them. You need to put a doggone ear tag on them.
Yeah, well, they got their GPS chip now,
Yeah, okay, all right. All right. But
Mhm.
some people feel that that's invasive to the pet and whatever their reservation. So in that case, put a ear tag on your pet. Okay? So you can follow your pet wherever they go and find them when they seem to disappear. All right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, this program is being covered through the cooperative agreement with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So there's no cost to farmers. So free livestock tagging through March 31st, 2025. Okay, 26. I'm sorry, 2026. So um, farmers, you've been told, no excuse. The tagging is free. Figure out how to get your livestock there or get them to your livestock. However you all work it out. Okay? All right. For more information, you can call 340-642-7320. That's 340-642-7320. That's the Department of Agriculture. And David Wenger is your contact. David Wenger, Wenger, and that's also David.Wenger at doa.vi.gov. Okay? All right. Good thing, good thing. Moving right along. Okay. I had mentioned before about this cyberbullying rap contest where the slogan is think twice, type nice, make kindness go viral. And definitely Gerard need to sign up for that one day. Okay? All right.
What is that?
How you mean? Because you don't emphasize the kindness enough when you do your random acts.
Well, that's enough.
Well, I looking out for you, brother. Okay,
I
I
like
giving you
that.
a way to get it internalized. Okay, so you come up with the rap. Anyhow, moving along. Okay, this is where the youth can create a rap against cyberbullying. It can include music, and the length is from 3 to 5 minutes. Language, hey, keep it clean and respectful. Dress code, they're using school appropriate attire. Format, okay, it would be a video and it can have as many as 3 students in it. All right. You have to submit your entry to Miss Kira Samuel, Kerra Samuel, who's a technology coordinator. That's Kara, Kerra dot Samuel, Samuel at VIDE, Department of Education, dot VI. Okay? Now, folks, the deadline is today. So make sure you wrap up that video and submit it. Good thing, all students that participate gonna get a $25 gift card. I don't know what else they got for who are chosen, but that much I know, and I'll pass that on to you. All right? All right, Joe. Now, there's been this talk about the marine tariff rate increases. And I don't know if anybody has heard what the disposition is on that, but um, I was listening to Abdul Ali the other day. He had uh, John Hope on there, Judge John Hope on there, and this was part of what was being discussed. And the issue, the reason why I mentioned this and that people should attend these VI Port Authority meetings is that there seems to be a running theme in the Virgin Islands that everything need a price hike, but there is no audits being done to justify them. Whether it is Vitran Plus or VI Port Authority or WAPA. Okay? So, just to name a few. Anyhow, so if anybody have any information about that, Gerard, what's the numbers?
340-773-0390 or 340-773-0490.
All right. Good thing. Good thing. All right. Moving right along. You know, tomorrow there's a virtual energy fair. You'll find the ad for that on Facebook. If nothing else, you can get it through the WAPA and probably the VI Energy Department, the information about it. But it's Friday, and it's going to be from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. And they're using Teams. This flyer I have has a QR code that probably gives you all the connection information for Teams. Okay. But just to let you know that they're having it, and they're trying to have an engaging virtual event focused on renewable energy, smart solutions, and local innovation. You get an opportunity to hear from experts and explore clean energy careers. Yep. Okay. So you can be a part of the solution, the community partnerships that are shaping up things here in our energy future. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Now, bowling for a cure. You know, we got some avid bowling fans out there. You go down to the 10-pin bowling alley and they're out there doing their thing. Well, they're bowling for a cure as part of breast cancer awareness, and that is Saturday, November 1st from 2 to 7 p.m. at the Tropical 10 Pins Bowling Center. All right, and it's 4 persons to a team. Standard thing, $125 per team, and that includes the shoes and the bowling lanes. And the proceeds go to the YAG, Yvonne Ashley Galbert, YAG Breast Cancer Foundation, Inc. All right, to register, please contact Julia John Hope at 340-514-6287. 340-514-6287. Okay, folks, I'm going to just say this to you. You could have multiple numbers, but remember attention span and people time to hear a number and write it down. Try to keep it simple. Okay, try to keep it down to one number. That's just the best way to go. All right. The Virgin Islands Department of Education, Division of Cultural Education, has the 2025 David Hamilton Jackson and All Are We student exhibit. And that's going to be at the Cane Roots Art Gallery starting November 1st. Yep, you should have had your submissions in by now. Cane Roots, you can't miss it when you're coming down Company Street just before you reach to the Alexander Theater, right there on your left-hand side. nice pretty blue building with nice big windows so you could see the art inside. Okay, and that exhibit is going to start November 1st and go through the 15th. Okay, now D. Hamilton Jackson Park on November 1st got it going on, folks. Got it going on. Vendors, games, bouncy houses, and more. They're going to have the Ivor James Unity Games from 9 to 12. The Liberty Day Parade celebration from 12:30, where they start from Eula Rivera and come up to the ballpark. And then they're going to have the Liberty Day ceremony. Yep. The traditional bull and bread will be served. Okay. So, Gerard, dissolving politicians and bread or what? Anyhow, moving right along.
That'd
And
be
let people
chicken
know
and bread.
I was never a politician, okay?
You hear?
You hear?
Yeah. But I was saying,
Okay.
if that was the case, they'd be serving chicken and bread. Or they eat tongue.
Or mystery meat.
Miss who?
Mystery meat, maybe even.
Yeah, mystery.
You know what some of them made up of, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. But and then you have a bread and wing soup. Anyhow, move it right along. No substance at all, right? Okay. Moving right along. I done a roll today, Gerard.
Yeah, I wonder where you had in your coffee this morning.
I ain't had no coffee. Maybe that's the problem. Okay. Tackle football game. Barracudas versus the Devil Rays. Saturday the 1st at 3 p.m. at the Complex Field. All right. Good thing. Check it out, folks. Check it out. I remember playing tackle football in high school. Bully Peterson was on the team. And then them times Bully Peterson was in a different shape, and then he start walking out and became the Bully Peterson that we knew most recently, God rest his soul. Okay, but before he used to walk out, he had a much different look. All right, good thing. If I show people that picture, they would say, "Who that be?" That's Bully Peterson. Okay. The Synchroid Motorsports Complex is having a test and tune evening on November 1st. Starts at 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Food and drinks will be on sale, folks. All right. So test and tune. That's what's going on. All right.
I gotta bring out my Turbo Sprint.
I see St. Croix Road Racing has a Veterans Day 10K run, okay? And that is Saturday, November 8th, 6:30 p.m. Race day registration starts at 5:45 up to 6:15. Meet in front of the VI Coffee Roasters at King Street in Christiansted. Entry fee is $5. Free for military veterans and VI track and field members, I believe. Yes. Okay. Anyhow, plenty of stuff going on, Gerard. Plenty of stuff going on, and that's why I wanted to get into here. From an entertainment perspective, the folks for the Relay for Life, Leatherback is working with them to have cornhole for a cause. Of course, cornhole is where you try and throw them bags to go in the hole and for points, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyhow, I see you there giving us a demonstration. But anyhow, you go right ahead and do what you got to do. Okay. No, I'm serious.
A demonstration hour.
Huh?
A demonstration hour.
Do what you do, brother, okay? Because it's part of staying alive and being healthy and prudent, okay? Go ahead. Okay, so cornhole for a cause. All right, and that's going to be at Science Farm at Leatherback Brewing. Okay, and right there in Science Farm. Good thing. So check it out. Have fun and support the fight against cancer. All right. Okay. Let me see. That that's Saturday, November 15th. And definitely put it on your calendar. Be there and make the difference. Okay. All right. Futsal action. Futsal action. I saw this answer. What the heck is futsal action? Okay. So I had to read on, of course, which is a good thing for those who don't know. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you want to know, so you pay attention. They're talking about soccer, folks. All right. And they're having a 5 versus 5 format, a 10-player roster maximum. And it's on Sundays. They have a co-ed for adults. And on Saturdays, they have U10 at 1, U13 at 3, U15 at 5. All right, so fun, fun, fun for the whole family. Saturday, the younger folks. Sunday, the adult co ed. All right, and of course, the more ladies you have on the team, the more likely you're going to win. All right, okay, that's 4 to 7 p.m. on Sunday. So, guys, thank you so good. If you want to win, make sure you got some ladies on your team. Okay? All right.
Oh, that's right
So,
there.
yes. So, that's starting from November 29th, going through December 21st at the Good Hope Country Day School Gym. Good Hope Country Day School Gym. Okay? So, obviously, it's a five-member team format. So it's definitely something that is not the full blown on a soccer field. They're doing it inside the gym. And it's fun. Go check it out, folks. November 29th through December 21st. Check them out on Saturdays and Sundays. All right, so I got his flyer and said, attention, Vitran passengers. Public notice, Trip Spark launch. Gerard, you been holding out on me?
What?
The Virgin Islands Department of Public Works is excited to announce the launch of Trip Spark on Monday, November 3rd, 2025. This new scheduling and dispatch system will help manage bus and paratransit service, making public transportation across the islands more efficient, reliable, and accessible. As, as a result, starting Sunday, November 2nd,
Uh-huh.
Vitran clients will begin receiving automated notification calls.
Uh-huh.
These calls will remind the client of their upcoming scheduled trip, notify the client approximately 30 minutes before vehicle arrival. And they have an important note here. Do not return calls to the number. It says a 786 number. Okay? Do not use this number to make reservations. All this number is for, and I'll tell you the number is 786 796 7410. All that number is for sending out the notification. And this comes from Department of Public Works.vi.gov.
Did they
All
say
right?
did they say what another thing? I'll tell you when the bus lead to?
Um, I don't know if what they're gonna say is on the high road, so I ain't gonna speculate. Okay, because when they have a they're waiting for them to show up and they don't show up, and you get
You know last
notice
week
saying that
you
they're
know what happened
coming.
last week after the show? Hey Doug? Dougie? Hello? Okay, I think you got offline. Dougie? Okay, well anyway, Doc, after the show last week, when I called them, they never came. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But, but I had to catch. I ended up catching a hill to walk because I wasn't in that nonsense with them. I did a clock. I called them. I called them twice. Nobody show up. It's been over an hour. So I said, yeah, I ain't calling them again. I left. But
Okay, it looks like we're back now.
yeah,
Something happened with the internet there. I was hearing you. So tell me
okay.
what happened to you last week after the show?
They never came. I called them. They never came. They say invite you, we're talking about they now. So I ended up booking a trip on BI Hill to go to work. So you see,
Brother, I want you and every person who uses the Vitran service that this happens to please write it down. Make a note of date and time. I know you remember it. I could count on you. Okay? But we need to be slapping back these people, clapping back at them, because the bottom line is if you comply with everything that they say and then they do crap like this, what's the redress? Nothing happens. So they don't care.
right.
Anyhow, moving right along.
Well, before you
It's
move,
2 minutes. It's 2 minutes before the hour, and I
uh-huh.
think we did a pretty good job of going through the things that we have here. Now I need to go back and see because you sent me something, and you couldn't remember if it was text or email.
What's up?
WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Okay, good. I was just in WhatsApp a minute ago.
because
Um.
I text or WhatsApp. It was something a flyer that I was sent.
Oh, for the book club.
Yeah, for the 12th.
Okay, for the 12th. Let me get it here and open it up so I can look at the flyer and talk about it. Okay, for the 12th. All right. Yeah, November 12th. We have the book club is meeting, and the book that they're going to be focusing on is The Midnight Library. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. The Midnight
it
Library.
was an interesting book.
That's Wednesday, November 12th at 10 a.m. Where, Gerard?
Yeah, at the Florence Williams Library.
All right, all right. Yes, that's 1122 King Street, Christiansted. Who better with physical address? But Florence Williams Library, right there at the corner where First Bank used to be across the street. And it used to have a citizen center next door that used to be quite bustling and active. Yes, those were the days, my friend.
Yeah, the Midnight Library. It was a strange scenario. It was like it was almost something like the Ghost of Christmas Past,
Yeah,
where they would show you the different scenarios and stuff. So
okay.
this young lady, she decided to that she was tired of living, so she decided to um, commit or try to commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So while she was laying down there, um, her consciousness went into this library.
I see. Okay. Don't
Uh,
don't give away the whole story now, Don't give away the whole story. I don't think it interesting enough that people go want to know what happened. It had Jumbi in it. Don't give away the story.
no, I ain't
Don't
gonna
give it away.
no, I ain't gonna tell you exactly what happened, but the librarian was someone that she knew, and it kind of gave her different scenarios
Uh-huh.
of what her life would have turned out in like different books. So
Uh-huh.
all these different books, and when she opened a book, she would be launched into a different part of what her life would be, would have been like had she
I
chose.
just was thinking you're gonna have some jumbie in it. Anyhow,
No, no, no. It's not a Jumbi Jamboree kind of thing.
okay, all right.
It was just, you know, and so, but that's the gist of what it was.
Oh, okay. I was gonna fly down special because I figured Doc would have been there. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
anyhow,
well, if you want, you could get a library card, and you could get Hoopla, Hoopla Digital, and that book is also on Hoopla, so you can get the book for yourself on Hoopla and
okay.
read the book as well. You know, as we're talking about it now, this government shutdown is affecting everybody. I just got a message on my Bard app, which is Bard is the library for the blind application that you can use to download books to your phone or tablet, or even on your computer, and put it on a jump drive and use it with the with your player for the library. Um, as of November 1st, because of the government shutdown, the Talking Book Library will be offline.
Okay. All right. I have a little something going on here, so I gonna be able to stay with you till about 9:15, and then I gonna have to run out of here.
Okay, is that what time? Where we at?
It's time that we have to protest because
Top
the
of the hour?
marshal ain't the marshal ain't
Yeah.
come. Okay. The marshal ain't come. We're gonna have to protest. Wait, is it shut down? The marshal ain't working no more?
I don't know. Ganga, send out a text.
Hey, this shutdown affecting everybody. And I say that, no pun intended, it's affecting everybody. But we're in a position, folks, where ending the shutdown is being offered as a promise for certain things, and it's not going to work out that way. First of all, the big ugly bill done did a whole bunch of damage in cutting down funding for SNAP. So you're still in a world of hurt because of SNAP. And then the economy, with the cost of everything going up, it means that your dollars aren't going as far. So you have a salary, but they're buying you less. And then add to that, what's going to happen to healthcare if the subsidies for the American Care Act aren't put back in place, and your premiums double or worse. I mean, take it from Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's out there, and she is supposedly on the other side, but she said, I'm in the land of the living, and my children are depending on American Care Act,
Yeah, she's
and
like,
you're going to
what?
create this hardship for my children and my family. No, sir, me ain't doing that with you. And when I heard her saying that, and it's like, and they're like, wait, no, this is the new Marjorie Taylor Greene? Next thing you know, you're going to see she and Crockett side by side.
I had to pinch myself. I thought I was dreaming when I heard her say that.
You know, I waited now to see the dream team, her and Crockett get together.
Oh God, if that happened, it can be hell for Trump.
Miss Son, okay.
We got, but then I don't know.
Yeah, well, so they want to force, in this case, the Democrats to come over so that they could continue business as usual. They're n- they're not going to give up anything unless they're forced to give up something. And the fact of the matter is, there are things that they want that the shutdown is keeping them from getting. You know,
Mhm.
so that's the reality. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, anyhow, lots going on St. Croix through this weekend. And I focus on this weekend because heaven knows I got enough of that going on. We got things like the Coconut Festival coming up in toward the end of November, early December, you have striving artists coming up at WIM going on. Of course, you got Thanksgiving stuff going on there and so forth and so on. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. You're gonna start seeing people starting to trickle in. Some coming back for family reunions for the Thanksgiving weekend, and of course, come Christmas time, you're gonna see a lot of faces you haven't seen for a while. One, because they come out a hole. And two, of course, because they come back to St. Croix for
Yeah.
festival, family, and fun.
But even this, it was this weekend. I was in Sunny House and I went into a co-worker, well, former co-worker of mine. Yeah. And he was like, "Wow, my son, dude, I'm so happy to see you." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Yeah, okay." So he's like, "Man, I remember when you used to get these cars and fix them up and you bad rims and you this and you that." And I was like, "Dude, you remember?" I said, "Yeah, that was years ago, dude." You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he was like, "Yeah." So he was there with your family. I can't believe how much years have done past now that his kids now are grown, like
Uh-huh.
in their 20s. I'm like, what? Time gone, God, time pass. A lot of
Time
time
flies,
pass.
my son.
Yeah. Well,
Time flies.
the marshal is here. She's a few minutes out, but she's here.
My clock was a few minutes off.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna take a break. We gotta pay some bills, keep the lights on, keep the mics on. We'll be back after these messages.
Okay. So, Gerard, if I have to, I'll call him by phone, okay?
Are you clock on the wall? You clock on the wall? You're clocking out?
Reflections every Thursday from 8 to 10 a.m. On
Turn them up a little
Reflections, we
bit.
discuss
Yeah,
the
but-
positive
Oh,
developments
he
in
went
our
off.
community,
He's not on
as
the
well as
stream at the
focus on the
moment.
positives that you and I can make happen.
Anyway,
After the show, the
Yeah, the
conversation
internet
is also
been
available
kind
on
of
YouTube
wonky.
and Facebook.
okay.
So tune in to Reflections on WSTX
Here you go.
AM 970, your community-minded station.
Go ahead. Get mine.
Okay, good morning, good morning. We are back. Which line are we on?
Line 2. There you go, right
Good morning, Carla. You're on the air.
Good morning, transportation specialist
No.
Gerard at Authority Canton. How are you guys today?
Well, I'm doing well, but I think we lost Mr. Canton.
He'll be back.
Oh, that's so sorry for.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
last time you lost him a while ago, he said he was hearing. Apparently something with it.
Something with the internet. Yeah, something with the internet.
Yeah.
I guess when
Anyway.
he kick back in, he'll show up.
Okay. Let me go ahead if I can then.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what it is we are attempting to do, whether it's with phonics, monics, or the digital age. That in these times, when our children should be learning more, there is all kind of shortcut to include AI. that is messing with their head. Now, there's a thing going around now, children, I thought everybody using it. 6-7, you heard about this 6-7 thing, right?
6-7? No, I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, that's something they use. Like, write something to use and you agree to 6-7. Now, this is that 6 feet 7 inches. And to me, it don't make sense. But then who the hell am I to say what is sense or not? But I remember in the day when the word of the day, so there wasn't no way. I mean, the word of the day back then wasn't nowhere near 6-7.
Right.
The word of the day was anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Right.
The largest word in the English language. I think it's 18 letters. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. So why don't we teach our children that rather than 6-7?
Well, here's what you're going to need to do, right? Here's what we need to do. Do you remember the Encyclopedia Britannica?
Yes, I do.
Okay, is it any way that these things are still in existence?
Yeah, I had a set of them that my mother bought for the home when we were small.
Okay.
To include the books of knowledge.
Right, but you can still buy them as of today?
I believe so.
Because I believe what we're going to have to do is lock down these computers and these tablets and so take them away and send them little buggers to read in the Encyclopedia Britannica when they have the work and things to do. Send them to do what we used to do.
Right.
Yeah, you understand? Because they have the option now to just jump on the computer, search for this, and then they got everything there, and they don't read. They just cut and paste, and they create whatever, and they're done.
Well, and that's so bad and terrible, Gerard, because what I see happening now is, let's say I say something on the air about WAPA operation. Maybe in a little while after that, somebody would call me and say, "You're wrong with that." I say, "Oh, you know I was wrong. We Google it." I say, "You Google it," but I don't know how to Google.
Dr. Google.
But I know electrical engineering 101.
Yeah, but you see, people look at Google as a call it Doctor and Professor Google, because everybody will go on Google to Google this and Google that. Even they Google the health symptoms.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel that that's a height of nonsense. If things were so easy, why them doctors have to pay so much money for schooling?
Oh, well, we will stop them doctors. I will tell you something though. Not one of them who didn't go to school and get a true medical degree will touch I. Okay. So, if you're a chiropractic or that type of doctor, yes. But that's a guy who's going to Google something, then he coming to tell me he got a razor and a scissors coming to you operate on it. He has the place. I think I heard them saying something.
No.
Oh,
that was the marshal come to tell me something.
Oh, the marshal? Okay.
Yeah.
So, my time is up?
Huh?
My time is up. You're telling us the
No.
Oh.
She ain't got to tell me. I got you myself.
Well, my God, you wouldn't allow you to cut. Yeah, man, I don't know. But let me just say something else and go quickly. Why is it then we have a governor so hell-bent and spending more of the people's money willingly? Why don't he Google how to do the job of a governor? I mean, this guy is going from one extreme to the next. It's like going from the ridiculous to the sublime.
Watch it. He don't even have to ask Google. He could ask ChatGPT. And ChatGPT will tell him how to do the work as a governor.
You know what I mean? But now he wants us now, after he did Fiao for 8 years, he wants us to pay for a documentary highlighting his accomplishment. What accomplishment, sir? And I asked government, oh, but they tell me I don't understand. What accomplishment? Did he build home, school, put on roofs, build hospitals? No. So then what did he accomplish? I don't know, Gerard. They got more sense. Well, they got more luck than sense. That's all I can say. And I suspect that is why we continue to classify them as young Democrats generation now. And
Well, you know
Democrat.
what you need to do, right? Like with every party, with every
Yeah.
with every political party, there's good and bad in everyone.
True.
There's the good players and there are the bad players.
Yep.
We have had a habit of experiencing the bad players.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and but true to form, they have their supported base that they can do no wrong in whatever they do because they're supported by their base. And,
Exactly.
you know, just like Felon 47,
Yeah.
he has his base.
Oh, yeah.
He even say that he can walk down 42nd Street of New York and shoot somebody.
Yeah.
And
But second and fifth,
he wouldn't lose a vote.
right?
That's what he said.
And it's true. I
But,
mean, he knows what's there.
hey, hello, he might lose a vote. He might lose his life because somebody gonna fire back.
Well, they've
So,
been firing back for missing his big orange head.
well, I blind and I know I wouldn't miss, but
Oh, okay then.
anyway, I am so fed up of this administration.
I don't know.
I try not to listen to too much news because my blood pressure is in the right place,
Right.
and I don't want it to get out of range. You
Right.
know, because the pain that he's inflicting on America, it should not happen.
Pain, you say,
Yeah, the pain,
yeah, okay.
the pain.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen. Right now, they have they're sending a naval ship here to dock at an Abramson Pier.
They're sending another one. The other one is in Thomas, the aircraft carrier.
They're bringing one here, and I want to know why there's that thing here. I don't trust nothing he's doing it. I trust nothing this man is doing.
Let me tell you something quickly. The only person that I have heard praise this naval occupation, and this is why I say a person that's supposed to be in a position of government should know history of facts, not only of the Virgin Islands, but worldwide. A military occupation right in your little small island them. And you sit as good only because the drunken sailor them like I was would come and spend a lot of money buying rum.
You see, that's good for the economy.
Yeah.
But how much of them buy the pay tax?
Well, even
That's
for
why.
that,
That's
even
why.
with that,
That's why I want to know how much of them buy the pay tax because that's a cash only transaction. You don't use credit card in the. It's only them white bar and thing that they have they use credit card. But them local bars and so are owned by those other people.
well, exactly. And a lot of them too is already and not waiting for no law selling medicinal and regular marijuana and hemp. I know this. I could walk
Hey,
into
hey.
any store in St. Thomas and get it. I know what store to go
Hey,
to.
nothing wrong with a little coach, man. Wrong with you. It's good. It's good for the eyes, you know.
And the thing is, they mislead us now too. Can't me just see them going in and coming out at the place there.
They say it's good for glaucoma.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, seriously, I don't know what has happened to us. But let me just finish by saying that it's such a small island territory, region, where there's a military occupation. And the president is killing fishermen at sea every day in international waters and bragging about it. All it does is make the Virgin Islands and the whole Caribbean area a softer target with a big X on it. Now, Mr. Trump might be able to reach the missiles that they have to Washington, D.C., but they could reach them 600 miles.
Well, he did say that he know that he's not going to heaven. So.
Oh, okay.
He said,
So you know that?
Yeah, you know that.
Well, a couple of us could help him go to heaven if
they
and let them loose in the street and give all of us some of the tool with my boy in it.
All right.
He goes straight to heaven then.
Yeah. All right. I have a caller on line one. So.
You go right ahead.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, good day. I'd like to speak with Gerard.
He stepped out.
So again?
He stepped out. What do you need?
He stepped out?
Yeah, take a message.
Oh, Lord, be man. And last man, I'm counting a reflection to get the word out and Gerard.
Yeah, he had an appointment to make.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So anyhow, I had something happen here, so I had to disconnect and call in.
Okay.
So yes. But one of the things we were talking about was the fact that this whole thing with SNAP is a distraction because they cut SNAP in the big debate anyhow. And by the time the cost of living continue to go up, and by the time you add healthcare to it, people really need to dig in and force these Republicans who want something to give up something. Anyhow, that's just a part of politics, okay? But people thinking, well, if I get my immediate job back, that everything will be good. If the job is worth 60% of what it was before, because the cost of living and everything else, we just begin to some of the faces like Moses. Why did you bring us here to die?
Well, you know the latest is that President 47 ordering the Pentagon to test nuclear weapons.
Oh yeah.
For the first time since the 90s.
Well, look at what's happening done by Venezuela, brother. Okay? Anybody who thinks that Trump running things is delusional as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Trump is a figurehead to the front of folks who's suggesting things to him, and he up and doing it. Not to say that he don't jump up and do stupidness on his own.
Well, he got to do stupidness because he got dementia, so what do you expect?
Well, that's the other thing too, is that it's clear that they're going to keep him there. They want to get Biden out of there, but they want to keep him there because that's the key to them doing what they need to do.
Yeah, well, they couldn't do them thing with Biden. So.
Well, I hear you, Gerard, but it's a double standard. That's just the reality. It is a double standard.
Hopefully we got some ease with the midterm elections. Hopefully, I'm praying because there's some pushback I'm looking at that some of the states are doing their own gerrymandering for the Democrats to gain seats in the House of
Okay,
Representatives.
Well, Gerard,
Uh-huh.
remember the voting machine company that sued Fox?
Yes.
Do you know it was recently purchased?
I heard something like that.
Ah, okay. The name of the company isn't coming to me right this minute, but it was bought by a Republican.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing going to happen is political influence to force out all the other voting machine companies, and this one company will have all the business. You follow me?
Yeah.
So we can have a midterm election, but I'm not really confident as to what that means in terms of a fair election.
Well, we're gonna see if they use them machines. Because they got other machines on it.
Well, I hear you, but what I'm saying is that if you watch the way the politics going,
Mm-hmm.
I expect that there's going to be some hanky-panky with the machines, just like there was the last time. But the question is, who knows what's going on?
Right.
Okay? Because now you have the person who controls the elections, federal elections,
You
the
talk,
agencies, all of these people are being run through Trump.
right. You're talking about Smartmatics.
No, I don't think it's Smartmatic. The one that won the big
What?
settlement with.
Wasn't it Smartmatics?
No. That's one that Smartmatic sued also. But
Okay.
the big one was another company.
I gotta check. I gotta drag my memory to figure out which one it was. Because I swear it was that
Okay.
one.
Yeah. So anyhow, the whole point of this is that we have a situation here where we don't have an election, Gerard, but that doesn't mean that the election is going to reflect your vote. Because if all the billionaires own radio and TV stations, if all the billionaires own the voting mechanisms that are being used systematically through the majority of the states, you see where I'm going? That's who the billionaires hooking up with?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, look at the farmers, right?
Oh, Dominion is the one you're talking about?
Dominion, yes, Dominion. Okay. We talk about the farmers for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Trump started up these tariffs, and those tariffs made our crops non-competitive overseas, which was a big primary market, China in particular, for our crops.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you would think that the federal government would come in with subsidies or whatever else to help people out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but somehow they're not showing up, are they?
How are they gonna show up? Do we have
The game plans there.
do we have a federal government anymore?
But follow me. The point is, it is in intended for the farmers to go bankrupt.
Uh-huh.
And they have corporations out there, multi-billion-dollar corporations that are buying up these farms
Uh-huh.
and putting them back into operation. Okay? And then all of a sudden you're going to see these tariffs disappear, but the whole farming industry is going to be totally rewired by way of ownership. So your farm need to go up anyhow. This is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Every play that you see going on is about power and money. And Donald Trump is just kind of like the tip of the spear.
Yeah, power and money, but after these farmers go bankrupt, they don't last all the thing. And these other countries don't have their way to get what they were getting from us. You think they're gonna come
Right,
back
but
to you think they'll come back to the US?
no, but this is the plan. That's why I'm telling you, this is the plan. The plan is that all of this, the farms are going to be consolidated. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be consolidated. A billionaire team of people are going to buy up all of these farms. It's going to become consolidated. So they're going to be able, through that, to control prices. It's all part of a plan, Gerard. This is more than Trump. Anybody who's getting caught up in the current president is missing the boat. There is a plan. And the plan is about power and money.
Right.
And they're doing it through consolidation on various angles. The media, the farms, the voting machines. Who owns everything, Gerard? When you think about it that way, who owns everything? Okay. You're sounding kind of distant to me. You there?
Yeah. You asked a question. I'm thinking.
Right. Yeah, who owns everything?
The millionaires.
America is on a trajectory to become like what?
Yeah.
Nothing but oligarchs, brother man. But that's where we are now.
No worry, you're gonna follow.
Well, Russia been with Russia there for quite some time, Jerry.
Yeah, but that's Russia. They're gonna follow. They ain't gonna walk over here. Remember, we are different breed of people. We are total different breed of people. Then.
As you say that, right?
Yeah.
As you say that, who are the biggest fans of Trump and his so-called style of economics? Aren't they the farmers?
Not anymore.
You sure about that?
Well, for what I've been hearing.
You know, being able to grumble and getting up and doing something about the situation you're facing, to me, are two different things.
One was on one of them you saying they're complaining to hell.
Yeah.
They say Trump betrayed them.
I hear you, but is that the general consensus, or is just that's one voice?
Well, that's for what I see. It was more than one was saying so.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. And you and I, we can control.
Some of these people, they have the mentality. If you ain't beat me, you love me. So.
Yes, exactly.
I understand what you mean.
Exactly, because they're cutting healthcare, they're cutting SNAP, they taking the money that they cut from these things, all these things that they cut, and they're giving it to the billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
And the president is taking kickbacks left and right. But yet, somehow, everybody, well, not everybody, too many people expect justice and fairness from the people who are engaging in this behavior. It's like, you know, how you could keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results.
Insanity.
Well, it's not pretty much. Yeah, it's that, but that's kind of where we are. Because if you have the feeling that these people are doing the wrong thing, but you continue to support them, oh, you got a serious psychiatric case to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's another word that fits to what you were saying, which is masochism.
Yes.
Anyhow, I see that the governor is to switch to local politics is doing a documentary, is working on doing a documentary about his rise to power.
Yeah, but my question about that is, why are you using my taxpaying money to do it? Why you don't come out of pocket and do it for your money?
Okay. I hear you, and I very much think that those type of things need to be done anyhow, not necessarily with the government's money per se. There's a lot about Virgin Islands history, and the Virgin Islands connection in the Caribbean and internationally that needs to be being documented. But I see that we like flash. We don't seem to want substance in that context. So the funding for that type of documentation just isn't materializing. So on the one hand, you know, people are concerned about the use of taxpayer monies to do it, and I understand their concern. But on the other hand, you can't just be against what you don't like. You got to be for something, you know? And in the meantime, all we're seeing is that when it's something we don't like, that's when we get it up. We got to get up and document Virgin Islands history and Virgin Islands people.
I agree, you know. But when you have one bus on the road running to pick up the disabled, and I could have one taking money to do a documentary, what about trying to fund this Bytron business so you could run more efficiently?
Right. Exactly, Gerard. Because this is what I'm saying. There are important things out there that need to be addressed that aren't being addressed. No difference about or buts about that. But let's just say somehow we were able to get a perfect world where those things that you're concerned about are getting done. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let's just say, for our conversation purposes, right, that was the case. Right? Mm-hmm. Then we need to move to the next level, which is to address the kind of things I was talking about also. Okay? So it should never be about one or the other. Because through our education, through our system, through VITA, and other agencies, there are vehicles by which the funding for that type of documentation could be done. You know? So anyhow, it's just one of those things, Gerard, that we have to be vigilant and continue to talk about, and hopefully in the process of talking about it, maybe even get some response from the folks who can do something about it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So,
It's about quarter till the hour.
yeah, it's about quarter to the hour, and I want to remind people, today is the second to last day in Blind Awareness Month. A little blind etiquette. That little game that people like to come and tap you on the shoulder and start to talk to you without identifying yourself. That's not a kind thing to do. Say hello, it's Joe. Or hold it. Hello, it's Susie. Identify yourself so that a blind person can know who it is really they're talking to. Remember, we can't see you. Identify who you are. Because it might be a game for you, but it's not a game for us. Okay? It's not a game for us. It's not a joke. Some people think that I be a joke. You come tap me on the shoulder and ask you who you are, and you just started talking. Oh, you know my voice? You know how much voices I hear every day? I can't keep everybody's voice in my head, especially if I don't see you every day. So identify who you are when you approach a blind person. That is the kind thing to do.
That's very, very important. Very, very important. It's no good. Anyhow, I have to sign off. I want to wish people St. Croix and Virgin Islands in general a wonderful day. Okay. So, Gerard, we're going to catch up and we're going to follow up on some of these issues, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You have a great day.
You know the same. Be safe on the road.
Oh, yeah. And remember, do your random act of kindness.
I ain't know about you. I ain't gonna do a random act.
I ain't giving up on you, Gerard. I'm not giving up on you.
Hey, I
All
gotta
right,
keep
have a
hope
good
alive.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right, take care.
All right. Okay.
Bye. Okay, so Mr. Canton has signed off until next week. So you're listening to Reflections with Jerry. I am here with you for the next 15 minutes or so. I'll take you through the end of the show. So I'd like to remind the public that if you or your loved one have considerable hearing or vision loss, the I Can Connect program is for you. Once you meet the income guidelines, you can get a free, I will repeat, a free iPhone, iPad, or computer. Okay, once you meet the income guidelines, to learn more about the program, you can visit icanconnect.org. That's icanconnect.org. Or you can give us a call at 340-692-4267. We also have what we like to call our Durable Medical Equipment Loan Program, our DME. We would have canes, walkers, and wheelchairs. Unfortunately, we're out of wheelchairs right now, but we do take donations. If your wheelchair is in good condition, the person is no longer with us and you want to donate the wheelchair, you can donate it at number 1 Golden Grove, that's the office for VIU said. You can give us a call, 340-692-4267. We can lend you a cane or a walker for 30 days or more, depending on how long you need it. Remember, it's a loan, it's not for you to keep. Okay, it's just a loan until you can get it from your insurance on your own. And that number to call also is 340-692-4267. We also assist seniors and persons with disabilities in using their cell phone or tablets. So if you have a cell phone, an iPhone, or tablet, or an iPad, or even an Android phone or Android tablet, we can assist you in learning how to maneuver with these devices. And the number to call to set up an appointment to come in is 340-692-4266. You can call and make an appointment to come in. Someone will be there to assist you Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so if you're a person with a disability, you're visually impaired, or you're a senior that need help, try to navigate your cell phone, we can assist you with doing that. The number to call is 340-692-4266. Now back to Blind Awareness Month. You see someone walking with a white cane. It's not a stick, it's a white cane. The white cane with a red stripe to the bottom, it's supposed to be that that person is blind and hard of hearing. But what I've found is that they have been using the cane like a one size fits all. So even though you're blind and you order a cane, that's the kind of cane they sell you. It has a red strip to the bottom. So once you see the white cane, you know that person may be or is visually impaired. Okay. Now, there's some questions about the various tips of the white cane. The white cane has what you call a marshmallow tip, which is like you say, it looks like a marshmallow, but it spins, it rolls. There's a mushroom tip that it shapes like a mushroom, and it also rolls on the ground. And then you have your, I think it's a 2-inch ball that also rolls on the ground. These are the tips that you use when you have your cane using the constant contact method. So once you're using constant contact method, you're going to need a tip on your cane that rolls. And these canes can be replaced if you order them through, the various websites. You can get these canes replaced when they wear down, because they do wear down and have to be replaced. And then there's the only straight white cane that I have came across was from the National Federation for the Blind. They have, if you go on the nfb.org, that's NFB, that's nfb.org. You go on that website, you can get a free white cane, but the cane they send you is not collapsible. It's a straight white cane. You have to know the length of cane that you may need, depend on your height. You may need a 57-inch or 54-inch or 52-inch, depending on your height. And that cane is a straight fiberglass or carbon fiber cane, all white with a metal glide tip. Now I have several of those canes from the NFB, and that cane gives you the best information when you're walking with that cane, because you can feel the vibration. You can down there feel the surface through that cane in the palm of your hand. So when the individual is walking and sweeping that cane in front of them, every change in surface, you can feel it in the palm of your hand. So you know the surface has changed from smooth concrete to asphalt, to rough asphalt, and so on, even to grass. So, these are the things that a blind person is paying attention to when you see them walking along with this cane. Now, you don't just pick up a cane and go walking. You have to be trained to do so. So you need orientation and mobility training. Um, when you have a white cane, you know how to use a white cane. Otherwise, you'll go out there with this white cane and you're going to hurt yourself because you need to know what to do when you feel a dip in the surface, how to traverse, um, how to orientate yourself, knowing um, your compass, where is east, where is west, where is north, where is south, stuff like that. And these are things that you're gonna have to keep in your head as a blind individual.
Line one.
Line one. Okay, we have a caller on
Line two, sorry, line two.
Line two. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, quickly, I got time running up.
Uh-huh.
The documentary that the governor, is not proposing, I think the contract is supposed to be signed or the RFP or whatever the devil it is by Friday.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is this. When I heard of it yesterday, I said, I tried to search my mind with regards to whether this was done before and he was probably going to hold on. Well, it was done in the other body administration. So
Yeah.
I didn't find out until today on Facebook when Jimmy O'Brien, who is well versed and had worked in many administrations, top administrations as far as being an insider, he said it was signed in Farley administration. Now you would think as still a lawyer as Farley is, he wouldn't even have thought of that. However, we would try to get away with anything we could get away with. But according to Jimmy O'Brien's report on the matter, it was discussed and the fact that there was so much thought against it. They enlisted attorneys both inside, across, and outside of the territory, and the word was, no, sir, you want a documentary, your favorite, yourself.
Uh-huh.
Now, if your party wants a favorite, that's your party business, but not junk you public.
I agree.
But this newfound fellow that we got that supposedly would try anything more than once, remember, he already didn't get his raise. He's looking for vengeance, so he figured, well, the money that I should have gotten for my raise, I want it back towards the documentary. Now, let me close by saying this. As I understand it, it is going to be a cataloging documentary on his accomplishments. I was going to say accomplishment.
Uh-huh.
Accomplishment. What about the disaccomplishment? What he's going to say? I know. I shouldn't say what he's going to ask that. I know what he's going to say. Well, I didn't go to school. The gas female had the money to yo. I didn't for our roof. The gas female by the round wood. I mean, hey.
Listen,
Stop it.
I have it on good report
Okay.
that the architect that
Uh-huh.
was supposed to come down to accompany that wood that they're at the Henderson lumberyard
Yeah,
to repair these houses.
yeah.
He tells the man nobody come, he's not needed anymore.
Oh,
They
but
they
then
they derailed.
millions of dollars worth of lumber went getting bent up and thing up, but the same good for nothing and steel it to work on their house.
What is there's not just lumber, you know.
I know.
There's other
Roofing material.
materials that's inside of the school park up in there.
I
You
know.
know? But you know, had he just let the man come down and run the Envision program, we would have been done. Everybody place would have been done. I've known someone who their father died and they died before they even get their house fixed.
I mean, if that is not
Okay.
abomination, I don't know what is it.
The father died first and then they died again. They left the mother there. I don't even know if the mother died yet. But
I mean, why would you do this to your own people?
listen, some people, and you know, my thing is, yeah, it was another administration that started it. But sometimes if you finish something somebody started, you will get credit for it too.
Of course.
You
But
understand?
then why credit? Listen, if I do something that is good, sit it, Janda, do it. I don't care. But the ground is done.
Yeah, but you know, it's history. That's the history of things in the world. They don't like to continue what the other administration do.
No matter what you say, just right away.
Yeah,
They fling with everything the same way they fling with common sense.
but you know that's the history of politics. Even in the presidency, they like to undo what the previous president do. So anyway, it's about that time.
Yes. It was
So-
a good discussion today, as usual. Yes.
So we will
And
see. We'll see you again.
You are welcome.
Same time, same place next week.
Thank God. Yes. Okay.
Okay. And with that said, this is Gerard on Reflection signing out. Everyone have a good and blessed weekend. It's a long weekend today, and guess what? It's bowl and bread day on Saturday. Don't eat too much bowl. Peace out.
Hear the news and share your views. AM 970 WSTX.
Are you prepared for the unexpected?